center of Cedar Rapids, essentially. So it kind of touches over by Taylor School, over here in Wellington Heights, Mountain View, Oak Hill, Jackson, some of those neighborhoods. So I apologize for my dress. Normally I come in uniform, but just not tonight. Duty dictates kind of what we wear at times. And tonight you get what you get. Don't forget. Yeah. I got a question for the group. And we'll do it by a show of hands. Who thinks crime is up in Cedar Rapids? All right, let's hear it out.
Okay.
Who thinks crime is up in my area? Good question. Who thinks it's down? All right. You guys that voted down are actually correct. And I'll show you a few things. That's all because of you, right? No, not at all. I'm the least important part. Oh, it's on the table. Sorry. Just a minute. Oh. Those of you who said it was up, how can you say that?
Just because I wasn't sure and nobody else was saying it. that was that the secret.
Any chance because of the media?
No,
How
I pay no attention.
the community meet up?
Here.
Gun violence?
No, just a random stupidity.
I think it's from the media, but I think it's overall. But I feel like it's down in our area because I live here.
Alright. Good. Well, and I'm not taking the fact of the media. I just want to point out some facts. And you all know the long sheet, 8.5 by 14, the one that has every neighborhood association on it. Those are all in the back on the table for you to take. I'm not going to discuss that one tonight, so I brought a slightly different one. Everybody got one? Okay, so the crime analysis person, her name is Dawn Stanford, she puts this together for me also. And this is a slightly different sheet than normal, but this contains the neighborhoods of Oak Hill, Jackson, Wellington Heights, the Uptown District, which is 1st Avenue, from 20th Street to 10th Street, east only. That 10-block stretch, that is only 1st Avenue. So Hy-Vee, Subway, that's Uptown. It's all the businesses there. And the last one's Mountain View. So it is essentially my area of town on the east side of town only, excluding the west side, Taylor School, Ellis. So it is that. Okay? So these stats are a little bit bigger, so a little bit bigger piece of the East District, with the exception of Wellington Heights. So we're going a little bit bigger, and the neighborhoods are all interconnected. You just can't say that Wellington Heights just stops at 1st Avenue. The people go across to Hy-Vee, they go everywhere. They go to Oak Hill, Jackson. So this is a pretty good gauge. But hey, let's talk about some of these. The assaults are down. You'll see that from 97 to 65. We're comparing, obviously, January 1st to August 6th, 2014 to 2015. So you'll see that they're down 33%. The burglaries are there are two things that are up, and burglary is one. So we're up burglaries from 61 to 66, so that's an 8% rise. Criminal mischiefs, skipping down a couple, because business checks are self-initiated by the officers. Committals are people taken to the hospital for substance or mental evaluation. Cops projects are self-initiated activities by officers trying to prevent problems from occurring before they start. But the criminal mischief is the other crime that's down almost 18%. Curfew violations, disorderly conduct, down 12%. Disorderly conduct is when somebody's being loud and making a loud noise in the street at 3 in the morning, or they're starting a fight, etc. That can be a disorderly conduct. Domestic abuse, this is big. It's down almost 20%. That's great. That's great. The next one's DWLUS. It's a driving. I usually don't. I skip right by those. Foot patrols, those are initiated by the officer once again, whether they're walking down 4th Avenue or whatever. You'll see those are up a little bit. Interference with official acts. Classic example is an officer gets out of the car and is going to stop somebody and they take off running. That's the definition of an interference with official act. The officer tells them to stop, they don't, they keep running. So that's a good thing, that's down 20%. Public intoxication's down, almost 25. Narcotics reports are down, about 23%. Noise ordinance, OWIs, prostitution's the same, public urination's the same. Robberies are down. Robberies a violent crime usually, it's 26% down. Robberies when somebody assaults you and then takes something, hence the term bank robbery. They assault you by pointing a gun at you and take your money. A common example of robbery in this town is not necessarily bank robbery, but somebody beats somebody else up and takes their cell phone. That happens more than it should. Sexual assaults are down from 7 to 3 so far this year. That's great news. Then the one that's troubling you guys, and it's really, really preventable, is theft of auto. You see how high that is? It's 56% up. It's up citywide, but it's really up here. And it's really, really preventable by taking your car keys out of your car and locking your car doors. So we got to work on that. And I'm going to take that a step further because with all these shootings we're having, where do these guns get taken from? Unlocked vehicles a lot of times. And guess where we find them? Laying in the street after a shooting. And it was stolen, a month before or a year before. So these guns resurface when they're taken out of unlocked cars. Any questions on that?
I just find it amazing when people leave their cars unlocked.
So do we.
Especially because that's vehicle, I assume that meant that somebody broke the window. They got into the
Sometimes, but the vast majority is unlocked, keys in, and they leave a gun in an unlocked car. Unbelievable.
That is unbelievable.
We got to work on that. The last one I just want to talk about that's significantly different was the weapons offenses at the bottom there, whether it be recovering a gun, a knife, etc. And then I know everybody wants to know about how many shots fired and where are we at with that. So I got those numbers through today, and last year we had 65 until this point, and this year we have 66. So we're running right in line with last year, and last year was not a very good year for that. However, crime is doing well. We got a lot of stuff we need to work on. Shots fired, theft of vehicles. So there's the real stats as of August 6th. Okay? Yes?
I was wondering, shots fired, can you clarify, is that incidents? That's not actually rounds fired, correct?
That's a good question. That is incidents.
Okay.
Yeah. And that is where we go out and we actually find shell casings or we find bullet holes. Or we have a witness that says, I definitely saw it happen. I saw a person with a gun and I saw him shoot. Because we do get some frequent calls of shots fired and we get there and we don't find anything, we don't have any holes in anything, nor do we have anyone that saw anything. So a lot of those, and there's not that many, but there's a few that we just don't know, so we don't classify it. Could have been fireworks or something. Car backfiring, that generates some calls to us. So, any questions you guys on that? Those are yours to keep. We got to keep working. We need people to keep stepping forward and being that good witness. We need people to step forward and be a good victim. That's one of our biggest struggles, is we have people who are shot at, and they know who did it. They won't let us help them.
Can you address this?
The
If
victim?
I come and I tell you, yeah, I know what it is, I'm gonna get it myself.
That's a really, really tall task.
Because that's so stupid. You know what it is and you're not.
we'll probably say in a few minutes, but what we don't need to happen is some innocent person, it's already happened, gets seriously injured by stray bullets. So we've already had one this year at least, or a small child. Okay? Okay, thanks you guys.
Hey, good evening. I left the city service newsletter out on the table. If you haven't grabbed one, please do. It's got a lot of good information on it. Focusing on back to school, which happens later this month. So we want everybody to be aware of that, so we can make sure our children are able to get to school, get home safely. There's also a little blurb, and it has the internet link for a look at the sewer and stormwater system in the city. Joe Castory from KCRG did a spot with John Durst from the city. On the back page, you'll see a paragraph, and there's also another link about our most recent bike lanes, how the city is improving, how bicyclists can get through town various ways. And again, the stormwater master plan survey, and then just a blurb on overgrown properties, grass, weeds, whatnot, that may be in the neighborhood that creates an eyesore, and who in the city you can call to have that addressed. As Lieutenant McGarvey mentioned, yes, shots fired are still our number one priority. And it seems like right around the first part of last month, we really saw a noticeable uptick in the shot fired and some shootings. And we put forth a number of initiatives and efforts, and I'm very pleased with a lot of the results, especially the last 10 days. Officers have made tremendous progress, made a number of arrests, which is good, because those people who have been arrested, so far they're remaining in jail, so, which means they're out of the community, and they're not able to commit these offenses and cause people to become victims. I would like to pass on a little bit. Last Tuesday night was National Night Out. I saw a lot of you at a couple of the events here in the neighborhood, and it didn't stop a group from shooting at another group right down 16th and Washington area. But I will tell you what was positive is a number of people came forward and gave us sufficient information that allowed our investigators to pursue charging documents and arrested the person who is responsible for the shooting, and the person remains in jail. So that's the positive, where some people are, I guess, and I can't blame them for being fed up, and now they're coming forward again. I can't express enough that we need the information, we need people to come forward. You can come forward and remain anonymous, and the information you provide will remain anonymous. And as a matter of fact, Wellington, through Four Oaks, has their own fund that not only can you provide information and remain anonymous, you can also be compensated for that information. So it's about what I would like to, again, thank those who are coming forward, giving us information, even not related to the shooting. We're receiving a lot of information. The officers are telling me they're really establishing some good relationships in the questions for me? Yes, ma'am.
This is more like a little public service announcement. Because, you know, people driving cars with cell phones, so dangerous. Found that I was a little worse today. There's a guy on a bicycle with a cell phone. Almost ran into me right here on Beaver. I was driving to work, so he's so
It's a safe
terrible.
guy.
He probably, he's everywhere. You know, and the sun's kind of coming in, and yeah, so it was, so watch out for him.
Continue to drive defensively. And I think I saw a thing on the news either yesterday or today that said that walking while texting is now like the number one hazard to pedestrians.
Since you're ER, I know.
Any other questions?
Yeah. On the back of your sheet, the overgrown properties, I got a note from someone that said that they had, the city council that was actually making an ordinance. Is there a date that's going to happen that you
Vacant
properties
property?
in? Or,
Is that what's 184 days?
I don't know.
No, I was looking at it, and then we had a meeting this morning, building services was completed. I think the ordinance is passed, and then there was a 6-month waiting period for it to go into effect, which I think is February.
Okay. But I was wondering what-
Hey, and then another good bit of good news is while I was out at National Night Out, I had a conversation with someone that lives in the neighborhood. They gave me the address of a house that they felt was dealing with drugs. I passed on that information to our narcotics supervisor, and he just told me that it's being worked on. It's very close to being, there's going to be some police activity to take care of it. So, we are very receptive to information, again, about any information you want to provide us to make your neighborhood safer. Please give it to us. If you got a suspicion of something that's not right with the house in this neighborhood, let us know so we can check it out. Well, thank you very much. I'll be around today.